Hello, hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hi, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
have some doubt.
Okay.
Sir, can you please take doubts from quiz one?
Yes, sir. I have doubts, sir, from quiz one. Can I ask?
Okay. No, just a minute. Wait for 5 minutes and then we can start. Okay. So we'll first take that out from quiz one, then discuss the new. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
quiz
Thank you, sir.
QDF4, question number 28.
Yeah,
Sir
yeah.
is saying wait for please 5 minutes
Just
and
five
then sir
minutes.
will take the doubts.
Waiting for the whole
Okay,
thing.
thank you.
Let's wait for- Okay. Great. So yeah, first we'll take a quiz one doubt and then we can continue with the week five session. Okay. So yes, anyone, one by one, please ask which
Yes,
question
sir.
you
I
have.
raised the hand, sir. Can I
Yeah,
ask?
yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay. Sir, it's question. Yeah. No, this question number 4, sir. There is a question related to uh, year and author.
Year and author.
Year
Okay,
and
fine.
author. Maybe I think it's question number.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one,
this
right?
one. This one. Yes, sir. This one.
So
Yeah,
there
B
are
equals to
two
1.
sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, there are two sets.
Sir,
That
can
is,
you check your voice? It's
Yeah,
buffering.
sir, your voice is not clear.
okay, just a second. Wait.
Now fine. Is it okay?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir. Better.
Yeah. So this question, right? What A will represent?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your doubt in this one?
Sir, in my opinion, here B is initialized to 1 in line number 5, so it
Okay.
should be more than one book. That what I understand.
Okay. We'll solve
Yeah.
question. Okay. So this
Yes, sir.
question is based on the library data set, right? So what A will represent, what we need to find out. So A equals to 0. While we have a while loop, you can see table 1 has more row. We are reading the first row. We are moving that row to table 2. B equals to 1. Okay. Then your table 1 has more row. So here we have nested while loop, right? So from the outer
Yes,
while
sir.
loop, we are treating them as X, and here we have a Y, right? So we are comparing one row with every other row in a table. That's why we are using a nested while loop here. So what
Yes,
we
sir.
are checking, X dot author equals to Y dot author, means for the same author and the same year. So year must be same, author name must be same. If both conditions are satisfied, because we are using an AND clause here, then we are incrementing the value of B here, right?
Yes, sir. We are adding,
Otherwise,
sir. It become 2.
uh, if any one condition is not satisfying, we are going for else block and we are moving that Y to table 3. Okay, this is what we are doing here. Now, first we take first row and we'll compare with all other rows like that. Okay, this is how inner while loop will work. Now,
Yes, sir.
once we complete all the while loop, and let's say, for example, the value of B is 3 in this case, right? Or 3 in this case. So in that case, what we are checking, if B is greater than A, okay, so B is greater than A is basically equals to 0. So anyway, that will be always true for the first scenario, right? So we are updating the value of A to that particular value B here, right? And
Yes,
then
sir.
we are moving that all rows to table 3, and then we are repeating from here, right? So let's see what A will represent. So from this two line, tell me what you understand from line number 16 and 17.
So maxima.
Maximum,
A
right?
will
So
be the
we know
maxima. Yes, sir. But maximum
maximum,
plus
but
1.
yeah, maximum, right? So we'll see. Okay. So
So it should be maximum plus 1. Because B we initialize to as 1 in the line number 5. So you can take any side example, then it
okay,
will
okay.
be
We'll go through the options. Okay. So maximum number of books published by an author in a single year.
yes, sir.
So okay. And then here we have maximum number of books published in a single year. So we are saying option B is correct here.
No, I'm saying, sir, option number C. So because B is initialized to 1. So let's say, sir, if no book will be there, then
That B
obviously
is equal to
A.
1 for first card, card number X,
What?
with which we are matching other cards.
No, sir. Sir, did you get my question? I'm saying, please let me
Hmm.
complete, sir. I'm saying, sir, B is
Yes.
initialized to 1. So let's say if no card will be have same author, no card will be in the 1 year, then obviously that A equals to 1, right? So
Hmm.
A will be, sir, one more every time. So A is the maxima, right? If B is initialized to 0, then A will be the maxima. But here,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it should be maximum plus 1. That's what I'm saying, sir.
Yeah.
So
So
please clarify
maximum
this.
plus one.
Yeah.
Okay, that is fine, but it is a maximum thing, right? You understood it. But
Yeah, yeah.
what this A and B is representing? Are they representing number of books or number of authors?
Sir,
Time
here,
close or
yeah,
maximum.
B is actually representing the author. Author, obviously, sir, library data set have a
No,
books.
no,
So it
not number
represents
of
the,
authors. Okay, we'll take one example. Okay,
yes, sir.
let's say, for example, we have 5 rows in a library data set, and here we have a author name, here we have a year. Okay, I guess only with these two. And let's say, for example, here we have a sequence number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say, for example, author is A, B, then A, then C, then A. Okay, let's say, for example, C is this
Yeah.
is B, and let's say again A. So here A have 3 times, B is 2 times. Okay. Here is what? Let's say, for example, 2018, 2019, 2019, 2018. Again, this is 2019. Here also 2018. We are saying, let's, this is 2018 as well. Okay. Now
Yes,
let's see
sir.
what happened here. So first is basically X, this one, first row, right? Now this row is going to get compared with all other rows here inside the while loop. This is what we are
Yes, sir.
doing. So
Yes, sir.
first is author is A, then this is basically X. Now we did all this as Y, right?
Yes, sir.
So A author, right, equals to author in this case. So this is not applicable. It will not match. So we'll go to a
Yes.
next row. Here you can see author name is matched, but we have to check year also. So here
Match.
is 2018, 2018. So this will become 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now
Yes.
here 2, right? Now go for a next here. C anyway not matching. B anyway not matching. Again, what about this particular author here? A.
Match.
So again, author name is
3.
matching and year is also matching. So that will become 3,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And let's say, for example, we have A again, but this time year is 2019. Now here author name will match, but year will not match, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are not going to count in B, right?
Yes, sir.
So here the value of B is 3 and the previous value of A was 0. So 3 is greater than 0. We'll update the value of A to 3 here like that. Okay. So we'll move
Yes.
that first row to this one. Here you can see another table 2. And now we are taking row number 2 as the first row. And then we are comparing row number 2 with all other rows here.
So can you
Like
write
that.
A equals to 3
Yeah.
on the
A
left side?
equals
Yeah.
to A equals
Yeah.
to 3 here.
Yeah. For the
Right?
first, we get A equals to 3. And for if we go with the B, for B, we get 2. So obviously, it will not replace.
Yeah. So
And for
anyway,
C, we
at
got
that,
1. Yeah.
yeah.
At the
So
end,
anyway,
we
at the
get 3.
end, A equals to 3. Or let's say, for
Yes.
example, we have 10, 15 rows and we have author G having 4 times with the same year. In that case, A will be equals to 4. Right? Is that clear?
So what? So can you repeat again?
I'm saying, let's say, for example, we have 10 few rows and in that we have author D representing same year. In that case, the value of B will be 4, right?
Yeah.
So,
So, yes, sir.
and A is greater than, so
1,
4 will
2,
be greater than 3.
3.
So, will A will get updated to 4 in that case for that author.
Okay, sir, I got it. So here
Yeah.
actually B equals to 1 is the first card we are assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So anyway,
if we
this
count
represent.
total 3, 1, 2, 3.
So what
Yeah.
is this 3 number? What is this 3? Are the 3 authors or 3 books?
Sir, these are the 3 books. Sorry, I messed up with. Yeah, these
Yeah.
are the 3 books. So can you show me the option one more time?
Yeah. Maximum number of books, right? Not
Books published by
authors.
author in a single year. Yeah, that's totally wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Option A is okay.
The
Sir,
maximum book published by an author
sir,
in a single. Okay.
Yeah.
sir,
Single year means year is same here, right? Basically. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
sir,
Any other doubt? Anyone? Yes, Manjit.
A is equal to means what here? If there is only A is equal to 1 remains at last.
A equals
That
to
means
1.
one author publish one book in single year.
Yeah. So only one author publish one book in that particular in a single year. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other doubt from quiz 1? Anyone?
Sir, question number 28. Sorry, sir,
I don't
I
have that
don't remembering
the
it.
QP you have. No, can you read the statement? Just few
Sir,
words. Can
it
you read?
has 4 options regarding quiz 1, quiz 2, two options. It is
Sorry,
in last, maybe last second is that.
4 options regarding what? Can you read the statement? This one.
Sir, move forward, move forward. I am reading.
So
Move
here,
forward,
NLT
sir.
type of question. No, which type of question is that? MCQ,
Yeah, sir,
MSQ.
that one, sir. That one.
Which
Sir,
one?
in this, sir, count 1, count 2, sir, that one.
So question number
This
9.
one,
Yeah,
no?
sir. Yes, sir. This one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay, so here you can see based on the scores data set. Here we have, so we have count one, count two, both are initiate to 0, right? While table one
Sir,
has more rows.
sir,
Yes.
sorry, sir.
Huh?
Can you listen me?
Yes, tell me.
Maybe that question is not in my similar. I have written QDF4.
Okay, just a second. So there are two versions. Let me check, go through that as well. Is this the question now? Question count one, count two?
Sir, this the question I am asking have three if statements, not else one.
This
Three
one.
if. Yeah, sir, this
This one
one.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one, right? So here we have two set. This one just a second. Here also it happened. Yeah. So here also, right? So just options are changed, right? So here what A will represent, and here we are asking.
Sir, here A will represent two things. According to me,
Okay,
it
let's
will either
just
return option A or option C.
option A or
I
option C.
mark
Okay.
option A, but actual answer is option A. I mark option C.
Okay. So this you mark option C, but actual answer is option number A, right?
Yes, sir. The thinking of mine is that these
Okay.
B
Okay.
are true only when we reverse sign and or we make equal to.
Yeah. Let's discuss this question. Okay.
Then we will become true.
Okay. We'll see. So this question is based on the scores data set. So what A will represent, right? So here we have while loop A initialized with 0. First row we are reading. So here you can see B equals to true. Now, if physics marks is greater than less than mathematics, B set to false. If mathematics less than chemistry, B set to false. Chemistry less than physics, B set to false. Right? So here we have three conditions. If any one of the conditions got satisfied, B is basically equals to false. Can we say like this?
Yes, sir.
Right? So we need to see what A will represent. A will increment only when B is equals to true. Right? B equals to true means what? All
B
these three
equal to fall
conditions,
or these three.
yeah, no, all these three conditions are not getting satisfied here. Then only B will be equals to true, right? Otherwise, if any condition got satisfied, B will be equals to false, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So see here. So this will be false when physics marks greater than or equal to mathematics marks. This will be false when mathematics marks is greater than or equal to chemistry marks. This will be false when chemistry marks is greater than or equals to physics marks here, like
So,
that.
sorry, sir. It is
Huh?
true, not false then.
No, no.
If we
Here,
change condition,
no,
then B
we
equal
want
to 2.
when this condition will become false, when chemistry marks is greater than or equal to physics marks, right? Then only this will become false. I'm asking for this condition will
Yeah,
become
sir.
false.
Then we will
Yes,
become
yes.
Yeah,
we return
right?
true then.
Yeah. Because we want B to be equals to true, then only we are incrementing the value of A. If any one condition got satisfied here, B will get updated to false and A will not increment, right? This is what I am saying. Now, if you look at these three conditions, right? Now, what we can say here? Is this possibility that physics will be greater than mathematics and mathematics will be greater than chemistry, chemistry will be greater than physics? You can see here number of students having the same marks in all three subjects. Look at the option, what this option number A is saying. If student is getting same marks in all three subjects, it means what? None of the condition got satisfied here, right?
No, sir, same marks on. That's the correct answer, sir. Option number A.
Yeah, option A is correct. A will be always be
Yeah.
0. That is not correct. Okay, right? So you mark this option number C as correct, but this is not correct because there will be
Sir, A
always
is
We
one
can
equal
take
to
condition.
2.
Huh?
Maybe code
so
is
we can take
incorrect. That's
example.
why I mark it.
No, just a second. Manjit, what you said? Can you repeat?
Sir, I think maybe code is incorrect. Then we return A equal to 0.
Yeah,
That is
A will
also
be
a possibility.
A will be
That
0. Uh, not code is incorrect. When this condition will become true for any case, any scenario. Okay. If you put equal to sign, in that case, always one condition will become satisfied. In that case, B will be equals to false. So this will never get increment, right? So then we can say A will be always 0. But that is not correct here. There's a possibility that student can get equal marks in all three subjects. In that case, all three conditions will never become true, right?
sir, I understand option A,
Huh.
but my doubt is option C.
No, always be 0 means what? For all the condition, A will be a 0 only, right? But if you
Sir,
look at this,
A equal to 0, I think that in that way, that they give one extra if statements. That also may be possible. If we use two if statement, then
huh.
it is true that A is still correct. But
Yeah, but
we can also check that mathematics marks are lesser than physics. Then we
hmm,
check mathematics marks are greater than chemistry.
hmm.
Results out that physics has highest mark, then mathematics, then chemistry.
Yeah, but what about equal to equal case here? If all three marks are equal, let's say 90, 90, 90. In that case, what will happen? We said
So
always be
in that
0.
case, still maths marks is equal to mathematics marks, physics marks, and chemistry marks all become 90. Still, option A is correct.
Yeah, option A is correct here. That's what I'm saying. You said option C will be correct. No,
Yeah,
we have
sir,
said
that is my
always.
doubt.
Always will not be correct here, right? A can be 0 here in some cases, right? But not always. Okay.
Sir, instead of always, if option is A can be 0, then it is also correct.
Yeah, then it is correct. A can be 0 when we say that is correct.
Okay, thank you, sir.
A can be or A might be 0, then we can say it is correct. But here always is the keyword here. Okay. Yeah. Any other question, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
I
Question.
one
have
more
a doubt.
question.
Just a second. Yeah. Yes, Mansi.
Sir, the question which count one and count two is there, that question. I think the question after, yeah, this one only.
Okay. So which set? There are two sets of question. So can you check which answer is given correct in your
Sir, that question might also in this.
yeah, yeah.
Sir, I think, yeah, this one only. In this set only, I think I thought that option B should also be correct, but they are saying that it's incorrect.
No, which option is given correct in that set?
Mine, it's given option D is correct.
Option D. Okay, this one. Okay, fine. So here you can see, we'll discuss this question. So let's say here we have count one, count two, two variable initialized to 0.
Sorry,
We have
sir.
a y.
Sir,
Yes.
my doubt is also in it. Option B is also correct here.
Yeah, let me discuss the code first. Okay, we'll go one by one. Yeah. So here we have two variables, count one and count equals to 0. While table one has more rows, we are reading the first row. What we are checking here? If gender equals to male or mathematics marks greater than physics marks, then we are going to increment the value of count one here, right? So here we are checking the condition when will become true or false, right? So count two will increment when the condition will become false, right? This will become false, then only count 2 will increment, right? Because if else statement is there. Now tell me for what scenario this condition will become false? Because here we have or statement. Tell me for which scenario this
If
condition become
the
false?
if gender is female, or
Hmm.
if either the gender is male or female, the maths marks are less than physics marks.
Greater than.
Yeah.
No, you
So
have to
here
look at it separately. All
both
male
the condition must be
or
false here, right?
yes.
So gender must be equals to female, and second condition is mathematics less than or equal to also, right? Equal to sign also, that will become false.
Yeah.
Less than equal to physics. If we have these two conditions, then only this question will become false. Otherwise, if gender is mathematics, sorry, if gender is male and if this condition become false, but we have a or here, right? So anyway, this will become true. So for or case, both the condition must be false, then only entire condition is become false, right? So you can see here gender should be equals to female and mathematics marks less than or equal to physics marks. Then only count 2 will increment, right? Now let's see option number C and D first. We'll come back to count 1. But what about option number C and D? Which one is correct here? You can see. Represent number of female students whose mathematics marks are greater than physics marks? No.
No.
Number of female students whose mathematics marks are less than or equal to their physics marks, right? So option D is correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what about count 1? Count 1 will get increment only when any
If
one of the
condition
condition
is true.
becomes true. Yeah, any one of the condition, because here we have or loop or both the condition becomes true, right? Now what about the option A is saying? Count 1 represent number of male students whose mathematics marks are greater than their physics marks. Now this is scenario when we have and here, right? Not or. If I replace with and, then I can say this is a count 1. But that is not correct. Count 1 will also include a female student whose mathematics marks is greater than physics marks. Can I say like that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right? So option A is not correct. What about option number B?
Sir, it also include one condition that gender is male, but still maths marks is less than physics marks. There are
Yeah,
three
that
possible conditions.
there's three possibilities, correct. What about option number B? Number of male student or student whose mathematics marks are greater than their physics marks, but
That
not
is correct, sir.
both. No, no.
In
But
before or sir,
It includes
all
both
males
also.
are considered. Means
but
before
what
or
about
it
this?
is true.
Yeah, so here what we are saying, number of male student or students. So in that case, we can say both male and female whose mathematics marks are greater than their physics marks, but not both, right? So both the conditions should not be satisfied here. But that is not actually correct. If both the conditions are true, so we are going to increment the value of count 1 here, right? So here we are saying but not both, right? So that's why option B is not correct here. So here we have
Sir,
or.
sir, in count one, option says, but not both. Does it mean कि count one does not only score the total number of male student and does not only score the total number of student whose mathematic mark is greater than physics marks? I think the option number B is correct.
Yes, sir.
No, no.
I also think as in count one represent number of male students. That's mean the first two condition always correct. Then we have to check students.
Why?
Means remaining students are still females only. Females whose mathematics marks are greater than physics, and that's mean third condition also became true.
What
And
about
last
this?
one marks but not both means either before or means either males are present or we can say that female students will correct this
No, no.
maybe that's all.
No, no. Either gender should be equals to male and mathematics, both kinds are getting satisfied here, but not both here is saying, right? So, but here both the kinds are getting satisfied, still all will increase the count 1 here. So, this is the,
Yes, sir.
you can see, but not both, right? Both the conditions should not be satisfied. But that is not the true here. Count 1 will increment when even both conditions are satisfied. Okay, that's the thing you can see. If I remove this one, then you can say option B will be correct.
Sir,
Okay.
sir,
But
may
option
I
B
ask?
also includes females. So in any case, option B
Yeah, this
cannot be
also
correct.
includes female. Yeah, this also includes female.
Sir, may I ask?
Right? Yes.
Sir, then what is the difference between and or in like statement 5?
Yeah. So see, if I just simply change this to and, right? So here count 1 will represent what? Number of male student whose mathematics marks is greater than physics marks. Because when both conditions are true, then only this entire condition will become true here. That's what count one will increment, right?
Correct, sir.
We go to count two only when this condition become false. So in the case of AND, if any one of the condition become false, in that case count two will be increment,
Yes,
right?
the count two is clear, like, but the thing is, but not both. Why we are not considering that? Because or means either this or that. It is not like how it is interrelated with each other. That male and
That's why option B is not correct. Now it should include both the cases here, right?
Sorry, sir.
sir,
Can I please say
or
something?
means this only. No, that we are taking either this or that.
Both also, na. If this is true or this is also true, still
Achha,
entire condition becomes true, right? True or true is true only.
okay, okay, sir.
But here we are saying but not both. That is not correct.
Sorry, sir. Can I say something?
Yes.
Sir, in option B, after that or we start students whose mathematics marks are greater than physics marks. That means
Hmm.
females or boys whose mathematics marks are greater than physics mark, they both included in this. That is correct statement. Then we move male students. Male student include two conditions.
Yeah, but what
That
about this?
means
But not both. Till here, count one will represent correct. But what about this one? Here we are saying that if gender is male and mathematics marks is greater than physics marks, so that will not get included in the count one, right? This is what the statement is saying, but not both,
means
right?
sir,
That is not
can I
correct.
say further my explanation?
Uh,
The doubt
yes.
here before or statement two condition will fulfill, then after or two condition will fulfill. But not both, that will ruin whole thing, because if they don't say anything, then all the three condition will fulfill. They
Hmm.
apply condition that not both. That's why only either male condition, male to condition will fulfill, or maths marks condition will fulfill. Both together not will fulfill. That's why it is incorrect. Maybe can
Yeah, this
I
is incorrect.
understand properly?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So here what you said that is correct here. Okay. So but not both means what? Both the condition is true here. We are not incrementing the count for that particular case. That is not correct. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Sir,
Yes, Anurag. Yes. Which
yes,
question?
sir. Sir, the question which have count plus compare things. I think it is about this question.
Count plus compare.
Compare things. X
Compare
dot total,
total,
right?
that question.
Compare something. This one.
Yes, this one.
Okay. So here we have to set what will count represent. In your QP, which option is correct? Can you just check? Because here we have two sets of QP. Question number 6.
Is the
Option
number
D.
of
Okay. Both are same, I guess. So. Yeah, I guess both the questions are same. Yeah, let's discuss this one. Yeah, what's your doubt here, Anurag?
so it was a difficult question. I could study.
Okay, fine. So here we are dealing with the scores data set, right? What will count represent here? So count is equals to 0, fine, right? While
Yes.
we have this while loop, right, like this. So table 1 has more row. We are reading the first row, that is basically
Yes.
X. Then we have a nested while loop. So we are comparing the first row with all other rows, that is basically Y, right? So read the first row
Hmm.
Y in table 1. Count equals to count plus compare something here. Now, what is this compare something? We don't know. We'll go to this particular procedure here, right? Now, this is taking two
Yes.
parameters as an input. You can see total, x dot total, and y dot total. So, we are taking a x total here, and we are taking a y total. We're comparing one by one here. Let's take A and B. Now, if A is greater than B, we are going to return -1. Otherwise, we are going to return 1 here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say for example, we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and here we have total marks. Let's say for example, 80, 90, 70, 60, again 80. Okay, so let's say this is basically x. Okay, and then we are iterating over an inner while loop. So here x dot total is 80 and y total is because second row, that is 90. Now we are going to call this particular function here 80 and 90. Now what this will return? A is 80, B is 90 here. What is this? What this will return here?
1.
1. Because 80 greater than 90, that is not true. That is false. We'll go to else block. It will return 1. The count is 0. 0 plus 1 will be equals to 1. Now, next line, line number 8. Again, count is basically what? From the previous line? 1. Right?
1.
Now, again, we are simply interchanging the value here. This is 90. This is 80. Now, what this count will compare something will do?
It
It
will
will
return
return what
1.
it will?
-1.
-1, right? Because 90 is greater than 80. Now A is greater than B. Now 1 is this one from the previous line, -1. So 1 minus 1 will be equals to 0, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. We'll move that row to table 3. Then we go for Then we go for a next inner while loop. Again, we compare this with this one, right? So if you observe one thing here, doesn't matter what's the total mark here, right? Either this is 80, this is 90, or this is 90, this is 80, or any you can take a possibility. If you're incrementing the value or decrementing value at line number 7, we're adding one value here. We're adding one at line number 8, right? Let's say, for example, this is 90, this is 70. Now, in this case, A is 90, B is 70. So, first statement got correct. So, it will return -1. So,
Yes.
0 minus 1 will be -1.
Yes.
So, here -1 will be there plus. But now, here is 70, this is 90. We are simply interchanging the values, right?
Yes, sir.
Now here it will return 1 because of else condition. So -1 plus 1 will become, again it will cross out each other. So if the y total or x total are not equal, I am saying are not equal, in that case line number 7 and 8 will cancel out each other. But what about the case when both the student got same total marks? Let's say 90-90. In that case, what will happen? Same total marks, 90-90. Let's say one student and this fifth student, 90-90. What will happen here? 90-90. Is this true?
No, sir.
No.
So it will return 1. So 0
1.
plus 1, 1, right? So count equals to 1 plus, again here, again this will become 90-90 only because anyways both are the same total marks.
Yes,
So
sir.
again it will return 1. So 1 plus 1 will become 2 here, right? Now what this 2 is representing here?
It's representing twice the number of twice the number of students having same
Twice
marks.
the pair of students.
Because it's only one pair, right? When we talk about pair, we have two students, right? So here
Yes,
for
sir.
one pair, right? So twice the number of pairs whose marks is what? Different or same? Number of
Same.
pairs
The
of student
same.
different marks, different to nahi hoga, right? So anyway, you can cross out this different options. Number of pairs of students who have same total marks or twice the number of pairs of students who have same total marks here. So if you look at, we just have two pairs here like that. So let's say, for example, we have one more pair of 80 in that case. So see how it's going to happen. So this 80 will get compared with this 80, right? So count will be what? 1, here 1, that will be 2. Now again this 80 will get compared with this 80 also, right? Here
Yes.
count will be what? Again 2 will get added. 1 at this line, 1 at this line, that will become 4, right? Now we'll remove this one. Now what about this line number 5? Will again compare with line number 6. So again that 2 will get added. That is basically 6. Right? So here the answer is 6 here. But how many pairs we got? 3, right? 1 with
Yes.
5, 1 with 6, 5 with 6. So twice the number of pairs of students who have same total marks. So option D is correct here. Okay. Is this clear, Anurag?
So if marks are not equal, then
If marks are not equal, then the
same.
value of count will be 0 only.
Then will the answer change?
Yeah, if we're assuming that none of the students have same total marks here. Okay. In that case, the value of count will be 0 only.
Then what will be the options?
Yeah, so in that case, we can add one more option that the value of count will be always 0. I guess here, do we have we added here? No. Yeah. So none of the options will be correct in that case. Okay.
Okay.
You cannot assume the data set, right? You need to
Hmm.
give what the output of the code is. So what is the expected output of the code is based on the same marks. That is what is it.
All possibility you have to consider. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Good. Anyone, any other doubt from quiz 1 or qualifier? I guess we have already discussed this type of question in one of the live session from PA or GA, I guess. Yes, Shweta?
Yesterday I give the exam
Hmm.
question. First I did the correct answer, then I miss lots of self doubt. How to control on that my answer is correct actually.
Only
Uh,
one thing is there, practice. Okay. So this is the only way to
to see
gain
the
your
one
confidence, right?
to see the one means procedure here or there, there is means self doubt like no, it is not correct. How to control on that, how to be confident that no, this is correct means this is correct.
That will only come via practice. Okay. So you have to solve your question by your own. Okay.
Sorry, sir.
So
By
spend enough time
solving
on
more
question.
questions, still doubts remain.
No, see, doubt is a different thing. But you are saying if I mark this particular answer, I'm not confident that this is correct or not. Right?
Sir,
If you have
self doubt
technical
still
doubt,
remain in some questions.
okay.
After practicing law to sir, why, especially in city.
Same question I did correct means the answer, then but in the last I thought no, I'm wrong. I cross check and then said no, this is first, second one is correct answer means B, this question
No, no.
only.
So why you initially thought that this option will be correct, and now why you are thinking that this option is correct, right? So again, you need to go deeper into that particular thing. You need to check all the possibilities. This is possible when you think when you are not considering the corner cases, right? Like for example, this one. If you think that okay, if you didn't think about the same marks here, then you will always think that count will be 0. Okay, but if you after some time if you think okay, there is a possibility that two students can have a same total marks. In that case, the count will increment, right? So that is the case here. So we have to think in all possible possibilities of all the cases here, right? So that will come via practice only, and this is true for all the subjects. Okay.
Yes sir, thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Sir,
No,
please.
sir.
Hello.
No, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
So yes.
Sir, please can you explain the match the column type question?
Okay. This one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, uh, yeah. So this is based on the comparison operator here. So you can see 2 equals to 2. This is basically what comparison here. We are checking whether 2 is equal to 2 or not. So we are comparing the values, comparing left hand side with the right hand side value. Comparison. The answer will be always either true or false here, right? So here comparing 2 is equal to 2 or not. This is true. Or 2 greater than 3? No, this is false. True or false is basically true. So this will be a true here. Now what about option number B? 2 equal to 2? No. Equal to is
Assignment
assignment
operator.
operator. We are assigning the value. When I say A equal to 2, it means what? The value of A is equals to 2 here, right? But if I say A equal to 2 means what? The value of A is equal to 2 or not, we are checking here. Whether the value of A is equal to 2 or not. But when I say A equal to 2, the value of A is equal to 2 here. right? But we cannot say like that 2 equal to 2, right? So here we can say 2 is equal to 2, but it's undefined. Here we have AND operator, 2 greater than 3, that is basically false. So undefined and false, we don't get any output here. That is why it's invalid expression here. What about C? 2 is equal to 3. Here we are checking. Is it true?
False.
No. That is basically a false. But what about this one?
We cannot
Invalid
integer
expression.
and string, sir. We can
Yeah.
not add them.
We cannot perform any arithmetic operation between string and integer here. So you can see quotation, right? That is basically a string data type here. So 2 plus 2, this is integer, this is string. It's invalid expression again. But in the different set, you can see this set 2. Here we have what? Both are quotation like that. So in that case, answer will be what?
1
Okay,
to
22.
5. Because here we are
means
merging two string here, right? We are merging two string here. That is what we are doing here. Now, what about this one? So, not we already discussed. Not of true is basically a false. Not of false is basically a true here. Negation, right? So, 2 greater than 2, no false. Not of false is basically a true here, like that. Okay, so you can see the option is correct here. Option number C.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
sir, can we write A is equal to 2, then B is equal to 2, and then A is equal to B? Can we do this, or we have to use A equal to B?
No. A equals to 2, the value of A is 2. B equals to the value of B is 2. If you see A equals to B, it means what? You are assigning what is the value of B to A. That is basically 2 here. But if you want to check, please mute. Yeah. But if you want to check, come on, please mute. Yeah. But if you want to check the value of A and B are equal or not, you have to use this one. A equals to B like that. Okay.
Sir, A equal to B return true, and what will this return A equal to B? This will simply return 2 or true.
2 only, 2. Whatever the value of
Thank you,
B is,
sir.
that will get assigned to A. So if I say A equal to 2 and B equals to 3, the next line, if you write A equals to B, it means what the value of B, what is the value of B is there, that is assigned to A here. That is basically 3. Now, if you use A, the value of A will be 3 here, not a 2, because it got updated at this point. That's why it's called variable, right? Okay, great. Any other doubt from this one?
Sir, this option D, 2 plus into Boolean 2, right? How come it is it's 22? Because this 2 is a number and the
No,
other.
no. For this scenario, it is invalid expression here.
Okay.
We discuss
Okay.
about this one. Both are in quotation. In that case, answer will be 22.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Great. So this is from quiz one or qualifier doubt, right? Okay. Anyone, any other doubt from a quiz one or qualifier paper?
So what will happen after the exam?
Yeah. Once you qualify the all the 4 papers, you can register for the foundation level courses. So you can continue these courses as well. Okay. And you can register for the foundation level if you're a qualified student. So you can continue to go through the content, submit the assignment if you want to continue this course, or any one or any two of the courses you can continue. Okay, or all the 4 courses also you can continue. Okay, great. So up till now in till week 4, what we have discussed: simple variables, then few operations, right? While loop. Then we have discussed about if else statement, and you can see all the questions are based on those concepts only, right? But here, if you observe, we are using a variable which we are storing a value, whether integer, boolean, or string, right? But what if we want to store a multiple values, right? Let's say, for example, 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. For that particular case, we cannot use this thing like that. Okay. For this, we have something called list. We can store these numbers in the format of list here. It is basically like this: 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, and then we can go through each and every element, and then we can do operations or whatever we want to do with this particular element. Then we can access the element like that from the list. So here, whatever we have discussed till week 4, just based on the variable, right? But we don't have any structure, or we can say anything that will store number of elements here. But in this case, we are using a list. If you have gone to the lectures, we have discussed one example that, let's say for example, two students is having same maximum marks, right? Two students having same maximum marks, same maximum marks, that is basically 90, let's say for example, and we want to store the sequence number. So up till now, what we used to do, we used to create a max ID and we used to store the sequence number of that particular student. But what if we have two students or three students? How we can store those sequence number? We don't have anything to store, right? So that's why we introduced the concept of list here. So we initialize the max ID as list, that is represented by a square bracket, and then we are going to store the sequence number in that particular list. Okay, this is the uh, purpose of a list, we can say, and now we'll discuss in detail about the list in week 5 onwards. Okay, I hope this is clear what I have just said, right? Why we need to use a list here if we have this type of requirement. Okay, okay, fine. So let me check what we have in week 2. We'll quickly, sorry, not week 2, week 5. We'll quickly revise. We have list, then pseudocode for list, collections. Yeah. So collections of element, right? That is what the list. Okay. Pseudocode for operations on data. Three patches problem. Okay. So we'll discuss what is important for entire week 2 content. Okay.
So,
Yes.
sir, I have a doubt in week 5, a practice assignment.
Yeah. I will just a second. Let me take that practice assignment, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, which question?
So 5.2 में question number 5 and 4.
Practice assignment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Activity question.
Okay, activity question. Okay. You said practice 5.2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 4. Okay. Great. We'll discuss question number 4 and 5. So let me list 1, list 2 for each value of x. What we are doing here. Okay. So we'll take this question and we'll also discuss the concept of a list. Okay. So
Okay.
just a second. Yeah. Is my screen visible? This question, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So first, let me discuss the concept of a list here. So you can see we representing list by using the square bracket here. Okay. So when we represent anything with the square bracket, that is basically a list. And we can store numbers, we can store string values, boolean in this particular string, right? Let's say for example, 13, 5, then A, right? Or we can also write this as we can store name, Ram, then we can store Piyush, right? We can store numbers 28 like that. Floating value also it point in like that. So we can store the values of having multiple data type also. That's not an issue here, right? But we can say collection of elements here. So each thing represent element here. So this is one element, one element, one element, one element. Here we have four element in the list. Okay. So that's it. Now let's take this particular list as example L1 13 35. Just a second. Uh,
Does all the elements of a list have to be of the same type?
yeah. Now this is basically boolean numbers. No, that is not required here. It can be a different data type also. We can store the string values here as well inside the list. Like for example 13, and we can store A, B, C like that. We can store a true or false also like that. Okay.
Okay.
It depends for which purpose we are using the list here. Okay. Now, what we said, each and every, this is called as element. Okay. So when we talk about the element of the list, you can see each and every data in this particular thing is the element here, right? Now, how we can access the element here? That is what is required here. So you can see we are using a for loop here. Mhm. Okay. So here we have two lists. L1 having the element 13, 35, 67, 89, 94, right? Here we have L2, that is empty list here because it is represented by a this square bracket. So L2 is empty list. Now here we are introducing new thing, that is the for loop here. What is for loop? We have discussed about the while loop, right? In while loop, what happens? We have a condition. We have a condition, and then we have some logic we want to perform here. That's where we're ending up while loop. So we keep continuing the while loop till this condition become false. The moment this condition become false, we exit the while loop, right? But what about the for loop here for each x in L? So we go through this entire for loop till we iterate over the entire list or element here. So here we are dealing with the list, so we'll discuss about the list. But in programming, if you go to the Python, there we use something called range function and all those things. Even in the string also we can apply a for loop. Okay, but as of now we are just discussing about the list here. So for each you can see for every element in list one. So for each x in list one. So for every x in list one. So x is basically what here? We are calling this every element as x. So when I say for the first iteration for each x in L1, right? So first iteration here, x is basically what? 13 here, right? So L2, we have x is basically a 13. So here we have a 13 plus here we have a L2, that is basically what empty you can see, right? So this will get merged. That is basically 13, right? So we are merging two lists
Sir,
here. You can see plus sign is basically a merging or concatenating two lists here. Yes, Manjit?
here we use two pluses, but in that question where we use matching, there we use only one plus.
Yeah, so that
Uh,
is where we're dealing with the string value. Here we're dealing with the list. We are merging two lists here.
Sir,
Yes.
for list
so
we
2
require
plus is
two,
for
for
merging a
string we
list.
require one plus. Is I am correct?
No. Here in the case of list, we are using this two plus symbol for the merging of a list here. Okay.
Sir, we can also say it
In that,
combination.
yeah, concatenation is also correct. Merging of two lists. Okay. But we are representing with the two plus symbols here.
Sir,
Yes.
I want to ask, for
Huh?
string concatenation, we use only one plus. For list
Hmm.
concatenation, we use two. Why? Or we
No.
can
This is a
use one
pseudocode.
also one here.
This is pseudocode, right? If you execute this code in Python, you have to use only one plus there. So we are dealing with the pseudocode here, right?
Sir, I am asking about error. If I write only one plus here, then it is a error line in CT, or it is correct
No.
also?
For this course, we are following double plus. But if you see a Python course, in that we use only one plus. Okay, for merging of two lists, L1 plus L2, like that. Okay. But for
Yes, sir.
city course, we are following this notation, double plus. Okay. Yes. Any doubt? Someone asked this question.
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So here what we are doing for every element in list one, that is how for loop will work. For every element, so first element is 13, so we are going to add 13. That's it. Then we go for a next iteration. Next element is what? 35. Now here the value of x is basically a 35, not 13. Now here we'll store 35. Now here what will happen? 35 plus L2. Now what is L2 from the previous iteration? 13 here. So we are going to add 13. That is basically 35 comma 13 here. Then go for a next iteration here. What we are doing, next element is what? 67, right? So x is basically 67. So 67 here plus L2. What is L2? This one. So here we need to add 67 here, like that. So output will be what? 67 comma 35 comma 30. So what we are doing here, we are simply reversing the list, right? So if you complete the process, because in the next iteration we'll go for a next element, that is 89, we'll do x equals to 89, we'll add 89 here. Then in next iteration we'll go for a 94, so 94 will get added here, like that. Now if you go for a next iteration, I have gone through all the elements here, right? I have iterated all the element of the list. I don't have any other element, so that's where this for loop will break here. So we'll stop this for loop, and whatever the output we got here. So in L2, we have stored this number of elements. So you can see option D is correct here. Right? So we are simply reversing the list here. Is this your doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So there are a few more other things. Let me complete that part. So this topic will be more clear. Where it is. Mhm. Hmm. Okay. So as we discuss about the list one, here I'm adding the element here. 13, 14, 8, 9, 10, like that. Okay. Now there are few functions you need to remember. If you go to week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, and 10, we are going to apply the concept of list in that. But there are few functions you need to remember. Okay. So first one is length. LENGTH, length of list one. So when we say length of list one, it means what? Number of element in list. Number of elements in list. So if I say example, length of list one, what's the output of length of list one then? Yes, anyone? How many elements we have?
5.
5. So this will be a 5. Number of elements in the list is basically 5 here. Now second function is first. First of list one. What are the list we have? L1 or list one. Right? First of list one. It means what? First element of the list. First element of the list. So we are talking about the element here. That is the element. The output will be what? What the first element
13.
here? 13
30.
only. No square bracket here. Okay, remember it's an element. Then we have last of list one. As name suggests, last list one is what? Last element of the list. You can see that is
10.
basically 10. Okay, so these three are clear. The fourth one is what? Init. Init of list one. Init means what? Initial values of list one. So this will give me what? List of all elements except the last element, except the last element. That is what initial element of the list, except the last element. And that is basically a list, not the element. So its output is basically in the format of list here. That is basically 13, 14, 8, comma 9. So it will not include the last element here in its function. Okay. Now then we have rest function, REST, rest of the element of the list. So this will give me what? Can anyone guess?
The last
List
element.
of all
Oh,
elements except
except was.
except the first element. Okay, so init will give me all the initial values except the last
Tell me
element.
the third element. Can you explain that once again?
Which one? Third
The
function.
third one. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are talking about last of list one. So last element of the list. Last element of the list. So what are the element we have at the last? That will
No, no,
be
no,
the
no.
output.
The fourth number. Yeah, INT.
Yeah. This is basically init, INIT, initial
Okay.
element of the list. So list of all the element except the last element. All the element except the last element. You can see that is what 13, 14, 8, 9. Rest is basically what? List of all element except the first element here. Except the first element. So from here to here, that is basically what? 14, 8, 9, and 10 like that. Okay. So just remember this five functions. Okay, because if you go through the lectures like week 5, week 6, we are using this particular functions in our pseudocode. Okay, so
The
this is
init
how.
and rest are just call functions for a list that is stored. Is that correct?
So can you repeat?
Init and rest, there'll be a list that is stored, and init and rest will pull the data out and display or give you the
Yes.
output as a list.
So these
But it
are
is
the
not
functions we
stored
already.
anywhere.
Yeah, no, we are not storing this one. It is simply output of this particular function.
Okay.
That's it. We are also not removing the elements here. No. Okay. So here we are removing the element here. Okay. So here, yeah, sorry. So this will remove the element init of list one, initial value of list one here. Okay. So here we are taking first and last value, but here what we are doing initial value. So we are removing the last element here. Right. When I say init of list one, what will be the output?
Initial of all. Initial of all.
So for this list,
13 and
13,
13,
14,
9
8.
14,
will be
8,
removed.
and 9.
No,
No,
8
only
only,
8.
right?
9.
Because this is the output for what? Init of list. If I apply again init function here, so again all the element except the last element, right? You can see here like that. Okay. So please remember
Right, sir.
these 5 functions. Okay. So we are going to use this in almost every questions in week 6 onwards. Okay. So remember this, whenever we are dealing with the list, we are going to deal with this 6 functions, 5 functions. So let this simple number of element, first and last is also simple, but remember element. If you see in quizzes on assignment, what we have said there, here it's element, but in some cases you might think like this. This is basically a list, not the element here. Right? So that is basically error in the pseudocode. So when we talk about the first or last, it's an element, not the list. Okay. So this is about the functions. Now we have already discussed about the for loop, right? So that's it, right? So there are two things. Let's say, for example, we have list 1. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 2, 5. We have 5 elements. Now tell me, I want to find out the maximum element. So highest element of this list, that is basically a 10. Okay. Maximum number. So how we can do that? In general, what you will do if you have 5 numbers and if you want to find out which number is the highest among these 5, how we are going to do that? Yes, anyone?
Using for loop or sir, any existed function type, any keywords. If we
No,
have
we
to
are not.
exist max function, you can we can use for max list one.
it will
Without
give us
using the max
max.
function. Yeah, without using
Oh,
the max function.
so we have to compare the first value with the previous value. Using for loop, we can do that also.
Yes. Yeah. So what we have discussed in the week 1 to 4, how we find out the maximum value, right? We have initialized some value. Let's say, for example, a equals to 0. Then we are comparing whether b is greater than a, and then we are storing a to b, right? This is what we have done, right?
Yes.
Now, let's say, for example, I'm creating one a variable c equals to 0. Now I need to compare this element with the c and then store the value of that element in C here, like that I need to do, right? But how we can access the element of the list? Using the for loop. So for each x in list 1, what we are doing here, what we have to do as anyone? I need to write if statement here. If
X is greater than C.
x is greater than c, what we need to do?
We'll increment.
C is equal to X.
C equals to x here. That's it, right?
And for each
And what are
list one, we have to define length, na sir? For each and x in length, list one length. So it will
no.
go for length.
Here we are
list one.
dealing with the list 1 only. Okay, so we are editing each and every element, right? So when you use length function, that will give me 5, right? Length of the element. So we cannot iterate over the numbers. Okay. For that purpose, if you see a Python, we use something called range function. Inside the range function, then we use range length of list 1. So range of 5. So this will give me from 0 to 4. Okay, that's a different thing we'll discuss in Python course. So here we'll discuss about the list only, right? So for each x in list 1, so for every element in list 1, x equals to 8 first. We are comparing what is x here, 8. 8 greater than 0, yes, true. So we are going to store the value of x in C, that is basically 8. Go for a next iteration. Next iteration is basically 9 here. 9 greater than C. C is basically 8. That is true. So update the value of C. Go for next iteration. X equals to 10. Again, X greater than C here. Yes. So we update this to 10. Go for next iteration. What will happen here for the next iteration? X greater than C. Is that true? Because next iteration is X equals to 2 here. So 2 greater than C? No. We don't need to do anything here. It's a if statement. Go for a next one. Again, x equals to 5. Again, condition not satisfied. Go for next iteration. We don't have any other element to iterate. So this will end the for loop. And here we got the value of C. That is basically a maximum value. That is basically a 10 here. Right? So whatever you want to do with the element, we need to use a for loop here. So for every element in the list, I want to do this particular logic here. Right? So if I write this like this for each element in list, right? Like this, I want to do some operation with that particular element. So let's say, for example, I have to store this. I want to store the square of this particular element in different lists. In list 2, I want to store the square of this element. So what I can do? List 2 equals to list 2. First, I will create the empty list plus element square. Okay, so we'll get added in that particular list too here. This is what we can do in this Python in city course. In Python, we have different functions for the append function, but here we don't. We're not dealing with the Python programming. Here dealing with the pseudocode. So we'll go with this particular method. Okay. I hope you understand the concept of for loop here. Any doubt in for loop?
No, sir.
For loop or this 5 functions. These 5 functions are for loop. Okay, if these 5 functions and for loop is clear to you, you can solve any question from week. Rest, all the things you have discussed in the first 4 weeks only. Okay, so let's go with the first option. Here we can say what we are doing here, right? So, is this visible? It's a practice assignment.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see the pseudocode is executed score data set as is this list of sequence number of students having the marks greater than 75 in at least one subject. So we'll take some simple one, yeah, like this. This is much better to explain the concept here. Yeah, so here, okay, we have one more concept of nested list. We'll discuss this one. So here we have L having only one element, that is 0. So we just have L having 0 into that. Now here we have LA. LA is basically what you can see. We have a list, but again inside this list we have the element. But those elements are what? Again the list here, right? So this is basically what? Nested list. We have discussed nested a while ago. This is basically nested a list here. List inside the list you can see. So every element of this list, LA, is basically a list only, right?
Sorry to interrupt,
It,
sir. So which
uh,
one is nested? Means one or one, two or one, two, three?
this one. So this one list is one list, another list. So all these three lists are inside this particular outer list. It's a nested list here, right? List inside the list. This all are the lists inside this particular list.
Okay, sir.
Elements of LA are list
When
itself.
this function list is used,
Sorry, Wayne.
I'm saying when this function list is used,
No, list is not a function here. Okay. This is a data type, we can say data structure. We are storing the element inside that particular list here. Okay.
okay, sir.
So this is we are saying it's the one variable, but the data type of this variable is basically list because of this square bracket. If I just put L equals to 0, so this will become what? Integer. But if I put L equals to 0 in square bracket, now this becomes list. Okay. So this square bracket indicates the list here. Like, so you can see L equals to 0, one element here we have. LA is basically list of list. LB and LCR empty list here. Data type of this LB and LCR list, because you can see square bracket here. Now what is the output of this length of LA? Yes, anyone?
1. 1.
3.
Length of LA, number
3,
of
sir.
elements in
3.
the list. So first element, second element, third element. You can see this comma,
3.
right? Every element is the list inside this LA here. So here we have 3 elements. So output is basically 3, like that. Okay. Now let's see how this is working. Okay. Is this clear? Nested list. This one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
list inside the list, simple concept. Now for each A in LA. So here we have a nested for loop. We'll see how it works. So list for each A in LA. So for the first iteration, A is basically what? For each element. So first element is what? This one, right? Now for each B in A is basically also a list. For each B in A, now what is B here? Element of the A
Element
here.
inside
It is
A.
basically 1. Okay. Now what we are doing here, LB equals to, in list, that is basically 1 plus plus LB. So anyway, LB is empty. So this will give me a 1. Now what about this L? Can anyone tell me what is the output of this one?
So 1.
0 plus 1.
First of L. What is the first element of the list?
0.
0.
0.
Yeah, 0 plus B. B here is 1. That is basically a 1 here, right? So
How
remember
B
what
is 1?
from this line number, you can see for each B in A. So for every element in A, but A, we have this one element, 1 as an element. So B equals to 1 for the first iteration here, right? So B equals to 1 for this case.
So
Now
B
B
is the element of second list in LA.
yeah, second list of LA, that is basically A here, right? So this first
Yeah.
element is basically list only, right? And B is the first element of this particular list. Okay. So
Okay.
this will get more clear as we go through this elements of this list. Okay. We'll see. Now B is equals to 1. Now first of L is basically first element of the list, that is 0 plus 1, that is 1. Now we have L equals to this one in the format of list now. Now here we are reaching, but we don't need to go to line number 8. First we need to complete the for loop, inner for loop. Now we go for a next iteration for each B in A, but A just have one element. So that's it. We have completed the iteration. So we'll exit the for loop here. This inner for loop we are going to exit, not the outer one. Outer loop is here, right? Now what about this LC here? What we are doing? LC equals to LB. What is LB here? Yes, anyone?
LB is M1.
1,
1, right? What about LC?
0. It's empty.
LC is empty here, right? So that's it. LC will become 1 here. Now, LB is again reinitialized to empty list here. Now we are going for a next iteration of outer for loop here. Now see, this is a good example how nested for loop is working. This will get clear. Okay, so we got LC equals to what? 1. LB is equals to empty from the first iteration here. That's it. The next iteration, what will happen? For each A in LA. Now we have gone to the first element. Now second element is what? Now what is here? Second element of the list. Second iteration. That is what?
1 and 2.
1, 2.
1 and 2.
Right? Yeah. Now we are going inside this inner for loop for each B in A. What is B? For each B in A
1.
is this now.
1.
B equals to 1. What is LB? LB equals to B. B is 1. LB is, you can see, reinitialize the empty list. That is basically 1 only. What about this one now? Tell me. What is L here now? L got
Sir,
update
1.
from the
1 plus 1, comma 1.
0 plus 1, 1.
no. From the previous iteration, the value of L got updated here, right? If you remember,
Yes.
L equals to in bracket 1. So now first of L is basically first element of the list, that is 1 plus B. What is B here? 1. So that will
1.
become what? 2. So L
2.
equals to what? No, 2 here. 1, 2, right?
L is 2.
First element of the list. From the previous iteration, L was this one element, right? 1 was present. So first of L is basically 1. Now we are adding B into that. That is basically 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. This got updated to 2 here, right? Now what next? Do we need to go to LC, LB or what?
We'll
We have
do
to go
for,
for
for each
inner
B
for
one more
Here
loop.
time.
is, sir, how we know that L is incremented? Because there is no any line
No,
which describe that L is being incremented.
no, it's not increment. We are adding the value of B. You can see at this particular line. L equals to
L,
this one.
L is
Inside the
basically
list,
adding
we have,
elements in the list.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
first of L plus B here. From the first iteration, we got L equals to 1 in list. Then here we have added 1 into that particular element. That is how we got 2. Now we need to go back to our inner for loop because we have the element 2 here. Now in this case, B equals to 2. Okay. Now B equals to 2 here. What will happen for B equals to 2 now? This is 2. What about
So,
LB?
2,
LB is
comma
equals
1.
to 2.
LB was 1, right? So this will become what? 2 plus
1.
1, right? LB was 1 from the previous iteration. Here you can see. Now what is this? In list 2 comma
2,
1,
comma
can
1.
we write like this? Yes,
Yes.
right? Now what about this list L? What will happen here?
First
What
of
is
L is
first
2
of L?
and B is 2. So 2 plus 2.
1 plus
Yeah,
1. Yeah, 2 plus 2.
yeah. Updated value of L you need to consider, okay? So here first element of the list, because we have only one element in that L, so 2 plus the value of B is 2. So that is basically 4. So we'll update this to 4 now. Okay. Now go for the next iteration. Do we have elements in that list A? No. So we'll
No.
exit the inner for loop. So that's it. So remember L got updated to 4, right? That's it. Now what about line number 9 now? Because we have gone to the element. What about line 9? LC equals to LB. What is LB? 2 comma 1, right?
Sir,
L,
This
2,
one.
comma 1.
Yeah. 2 comma 1 plus LC. What is LC here? You can see from the previous
1.
empty.
iteration.
Yeah, yeah.
No, from the previous iteration, it got updated to 1, right? So now don't look at this one. initialize value. What we are doing here, we got updating the variables here, right? The first LC was 1. Now we are adding LB to that. LB is basically 2 comma 1 plus 1 here, right? Is this correct?
Correct.
Is this correct or no?
Yeah, you're adding
What
two
is this
lists.
LB here? What is LB? List,
LB
right?
is a list with 2 and 1.
Now we are putting LB inside the bracket here. We are putting LB inside the bracket here. What is this?
Nested list.
You're adding a list to the list. Okay.
Yeah, this is not this one. Okay, if we have this one, then we are merging the list. Okay, so in the first addition also, this was the case. So this was like this. Yeah, now this is like this. Now we're adding this one. So this will become what? LC will become what? It's a nested list. First element is 2 comma 1. Second element is basically a 1 like that. Okay. Now this is what LC here. So please remember this one, right? So here we got LB as a list. And now we are putting that list, another list inside this. That will become a list inside the list. Okay. So please pay attention to the notation we are using here. If we don't have a square bracket, then we are simply merging two lists. But if we have this a square bracket, it means what? We are putting list inside the list like that. Okay.
If the square
Now
bracket
LB
wasn't there,
again
it would have been 2 comma 1 comma 1 without the square
2
bracket.
comma 1 comma 1 like that.
That
Yes,
would be
without the
correct.
square bracket.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So here we are putting LB inside one list here. Now that's it. Now we go for a next iteration because we have 3 elements here. What is A here now? For each A in LA, which one is remaining? We have gone through this one. A is equals to what? 1 comma 2 comma 3, right?
2, 3.
Now for every element of B in A, so B equals to 1. What is this? LB. Now what is LB here? LB क्या था? Okay, we got initialize the value to empty
Empty,
list
so
only.
we'll add 1.
So 1, so this will become 1 only, right? Like that. Now what is L here? L is basically 4 in the list.
4,
Now what will happen?
4 plus 1, 5.
4 plus 1, that is basically a 5 here, right? Go for a, again, next element is what? B equals to what? 2.
2.
Now what will happen here at line number 6? This is basically 2. This is basically a 1. So this will be a 2 comma
2
1,
comma 1.
right? What about L? Again, first of L, that is basically 5 plus B is basically 2.
2.
So 5 plus 2 is basically 7. So that is basically a 7. Again, go for the next iteration. B is equals to 3, right? Now B is equals to 3.
LB
But from the
is
previous iteration, what is LB? 2 comma 1.
3, 2,
So
1.
this will become what? 3 comma 2 comma 1, right? Now see, this is different. If I write this as like this, LB equals to LB plus B here. It means what? We are adding the B from right side here. But here we are adding the B from the left side here. That's what is 3 comma 2 comma 1. If I write this as like this at line number 6, that will be 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay.
Okay.
Are you getting my what I am saying here? So remember
From
this
which
one, what
direction
we are
you will
doing
add
and
to the
how we are
list.
writing the, yeah, yes. Okay. This is very important. These two are different. We are adding B in the LB from this side. But here we are adding LB from this side. So 1, comma 2, comma 3 like that. Here we are adding in this particular manner. 1, then 2, in this 3, 2, 1 like that. Okay, remember. So this is about LB 3, comma 2, comma 1. Now again, we are adding what? First of L is basically 7 plus B is basically 3. So this will become 10. That's it. We go for the next iteration. We don't have any other element to iterate. So that's it. We complete the inner for loop. Go for LC. What is LC now? Tell me what is LC? LC was this one after second iteration. Now we got L as this one. So this will become what? 3 comma 2 comma 1 plus this LC. Like this will become what? 3 comma 2 comma 1, then 2 comma 1,
2
then
comma
1,
1 comma 1.
right? And the value of L is what? 10,
10.
right? So LB is empty. Then if you go back for a outer for loop, but you have gone through all the elements, so we'll exit the for loop here. So that's it. You can see what's the value of L at the end of execution. B option is correct here. L equals to 10. And what about the LC? LC you can see option number C here, right? Any doubt what we have discussed? If you understand this one about the list and the for loop, then that's it. See, there are many things here. So first about this one, right? So we are saying if you do like this, then the output will be different because we're adding element from right side here, right? But here we're adding the element from the left side here. This is different. Also, if you observe here, first of L plus B. So B is the element. First of L is also right. So if you come across few question in which we ask for find out the line in which we have a mistake, right? Find out the error in the pseudocode. So you might need to check that if I use a init function here. So init of L will be what? List what we have discussed, right? List of all the elements here you can see. Init and last will give me the list of all the elements. Now can we add list with the integer? No. So that will
No.
become the error. So first and last will give me the element here. Remember this one, and that's why we can add like this. Okay. So this is about the how we are merging the list, how
Sorry to
we are
interrupt.
adding the list into list. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, what is the difference between adding into the right value and into the left value? They both are the same, right?
No, no. See, if you add from this side, okay, so it will add from left to right. It will go from left to right. Here you can see. So you can see here, first we have added 1, right? Added 1, then we're adding 2 from this side. So it will become 2 comma 1. Then we're adding 3, then it will become 3 comma 1 for this particular case. But if we use LB plus B here, B is here. We're iterating B from this side, we're keeping the LB fixed here. It means what? 1 will get added like that. Then B is 2, then 2 will get added from this side, right to left. Then B is 3, then 3 will get added into LB. So here the output will be 3 comma 2 comma 1. Here output will be 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay. Simply we are reversing the list here. In the reverse order, we are going to
Order
add the
matters, right?
elements. Yes, yes. This is different than this one. Okay. Even though the elements and number of elements are same, but the lists are different here. Okay. Because if I take a first of LB is basically 3 here. And if I take first of LB here, that is basically 1 here. Right? So lists are different. We can say two lists are same when they have same number of elements and at the same position. Let's say for example, L equals to 1 comma 2 comma 4. Here also L1 equals to 1 comma 2 comma 4. Then we can say both lists are same. Even if one element is extra, we cannot say like that. Or even if the order is different, we cannot say two lists are same. Okay. So number of element and orders elements must be same. Then only we can say elements. Our list is same. So I hope you understand this one. It's very important. I think this one you can see many questions on this concept. This is what we have discussed. First of L, last of L. Now tell me if I use this instead of first, if I use last here, what will be the output? Yes, anyone?
1 comma 2 comma 3 plus 1.
So we are adding the element from the last. So 3, so here 1, then plus 2, plus 1, then plus 3, plus 2, plus 1. So at 10, we are going to get 10 only because we are simply adding the elements here, right? But in the first case, what is happening? We have added this manner. So when we use first of here, it was like this 1, plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, like that. But if I use last of here, we're adding like this. 1 plus last element of this will be 2 plus 1. Then from last we are starting for this list 3 plus 2 plus 1 here. All right. So we are adding in this particular order if I use this last function. We're adding in this particular order if we are using the first function. Right. Even though we'll get the same output, that is 10 here also in the list 10. Is this clear what I have said? Is this fine? Any doubt in this one? How this will get added here if I use first and last of two different function? Because we are taking the
I
last
didn't
function, last
understand
element first.
this adding thing, like addition from left side and addition from right side, and you have just discussed. I didn't understand.
Okay, sorry. Here list first of list is there, right? So anyway, list just have the one element here. Okay, so yeah, so I'm talking about this is not a correct here. So this should be in here. We are just dealing with the one element. So I'll do first or last. It will be same only. So this will wait. First is basically yeah. This is the element. So first then two. Sorry, last of L will be always this element only. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, for this case, this order only will follow. Yeah, not this one. This for different case when we have L as a list. Okay, but here we just have one element, not more than one element. Okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah. So this will follow here if I use the first or last because anyway one element is there. But if you have more than one element, in that case, answer will be different. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I hope you understand about the list and these functions and how for loop is working. This is very important. Now, just what we have discussed in the 4 weeks, same we are applying here. Now let's discuss question number 1. So you can see based on the scores data set, let's S be what is S here? List of sequence number of students having marks greater than 75 in at least one subject. Okay, this is what S we have. So this list will have the sequence number of all the students who is having marks greater than 75 in at least one subject. Okay, so what does S list will represent here? So here we have S list as empty list. Here we have a while loop. Table 1 has more rows. Read the first row X in table 1. Then for each C in yes. So what will happen here for every element in yes? So what is S? Sequence number of students. So C will be sequence number also. Can we select this? Right? Okay. Now let's say, for example, we have 10 students, sequence number from 1 to till 10. But here we have a S list. We are storing a sequence number of students who got marks greater than 75 in at least one subject. So those are, let's say, for example, 2, 3, 7, and 8. So out of this 10 students, only 4 students are there based on the sequence number who marks greater than 75 in at least one subject. Is the scenario clear? Hello?
So S is storing a list which is storing sequence numbers of those students. Correct?
Yes, these are the sequence number of a student who got more than 75 in at least one subject. So
Understood.
student sequence number total 10 student, right? What they do?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Yeah.
Can't hear.
Uh,
Your voice is lagging too much, so we are unable to hear you.
uh, yeah. So I'm using my mobile Wi-Fi. I guess that's why it's lagging. Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what we are considering. S is basically a list of sequence numbers. So every element is basically what? Sequence number here of a student who got marks greater than 75 in at least one subject. Now what we are doing here? for each C in years. Let's say, for example, C equals to 2. If we assume this one. Now, if sequence number equals to C. Now, what is X dot sequence? First row. First row is basically this one. So, first sequence number is 1. So, 1 equal to 2? No. So, we don't need to do anything. Go for our next iteration here, right? It's C as if sequence number is equals to C, then we are doing here. Okay, we are looking at X2 table 2 here. Okay, so yeah, this is not matching. Then we are going for next iteration. Next is basically 3. 3 equals to 1? No. 7 equals to 1? No. 8 equals to 1? No. So none of the condition will get satisfied here. So we'll move that one to table 2. Now we'll go back to next element, that is C equals to 3. Again, sequence number X will be what? This one, second. 2 equals to 3? No. Go for next element. 2 equals to, wait, we have to go for a sequence number. See, basically what? Yeah, we are fixing the X here and then we are iterating over this one. So this is basically
The
1.
X sequence number is from the while loop and the C
Yeah,
is from for each. So it will try
for
to
loop.
match the
Yes,
sequence from
yes.
while and the S list.
Yes, correct. So first we are fixing y equals to 1. Here it is y, x, right? Yeah, x, right? So x, we are fixing the first row and then we are iterating over all the element of the list. So 1 equals to 2, 3, 7, 8, not satisfied. So we are moving that x to table 2. Now here we are going for a while loop. Next row is basically this one. So now x is basically equals to 2. Now here you can see we are going to iterate this for the entire for loop now. C is basically 2. Yes. Now it is satisfying here. Now what this is true, what we are doing here? Yes, anyone? If mathematics
I'm
mark is
checking
less
the
than
If
75,
we compare the
for that
mathematics
student,
marks,
we have checked the maths
yeah,
and the physics mark.
if mathematics marks is greater than 75 and or physics marks is greater than 75.
yeah, then only we are storing that sequence number in S list. S list basically initially empty plus
Sir, I have a
it is 2.
doubt.
So output will be yes.
In the question, it is given that the mark should be greater than 75 in at least one subject. But we are
Correct.
using
Yeah.
and condition. So for the and condition, there will be like marks in the two subjects would be greater than 75.
Yeah. So that's what we need to find out here, right? So at least one subject, right? So if so this will get true when? For which student this question will become true? Can you guess? If I know that the student is having greater than 75 at least one subject, but still this question is getting true here.
When the two subjects are maths or physics.
If the marks, yeah, if the student's marks of two subjects is greater than 75.
Out of
No,
those students.
no, I know that sequence number 2 is having at least one subject. But if I'm saying that this is also correct, what I can say these two things.
Sir, your voice is
Can
lagging
I
too
say that
much.
sequence
So
number yeah. Hello? Now fine.
Yes.
yeah.
Let
It
me
comes and
change.
goes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, there's network issue here. Okay. So what I'm saying, if I already know that the sequence number 2 is having 75 marks, at least one subject, right? 75 marks, at least one subject. But also this is getting satisfied. What does this mean? Can I say that the sequence number
You're
2 is
It
having
means his
75 marks
marks
in
is
chemistry?
70. Yeah, so in that
His
condition, it is
chemistry marks is yeah.
satisfied.
Yeah. So if student got more than 75 marks in chemistry subject, right? And just to getting satisfied, it means what? So this will become true. So we are going to add that sequence number in this one as here. Like so this is what we are simply checking here. If we have sequence number 3, gets matched with this one. If this condition becomes true, it means what? This student, particular student is getting more than 75 marks in chemistry only, not in mathematics, not in physics. Okay. So which option is correct? Tell me now. Option A, B, C, B is correct. What about S list here? Is option A correct?
No, it's more than 75.
Yeah. Scored less than 75 is both mathematics and physics. Can we say like this? List of request number of students who scored less than 75 in both mathematics and physics?
No.
Sir, option C is correct.
List of request number of students who have scored more than 75 in chemistry. List of request number of students who have scored less than 75 in both mathematics and physics, but more than 75 in chemistry. Accurate, right? Detailed
Yes, sir.
information. All three subjects? No, not accurate here. Right? So option. So see here we are simply checking why we are adding the sequence number in this particular list, right? So we are testing the knowledge list here. We are simply checking this particular thing here, whether you understand this or not. So the rest is just how we are using the list. That's the thing here. Okay, so you can see option C is correct here. Okay, so we'll take this second question and then we can close. Try to solve the questions from PA and GA. Okay, if you understand what we have discussed here, these five functions and the for loop, that's it. Okay, you can solve any question here. Now, what about this particular question number 2? Using the words data set, assume that the rows, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So words data set,
Excuse me,
right?
sir.
So assume the rows in table 1 is increasing order of sequence number.
Excuse
Yes,
me, sir.
any doubt?
Yes, sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
So in the previous question, I didn't understand that how chemistry and that came into picture.
Okay. So if you look at the scores data set, we have three subjects, physics, chemistry, and mathematics, right? So
Yes, sir.
here we are saying list as we store the sequence number of students having gotten 75 marks in at least one subject,
Okay.
physics, chemistry, mathematics. So at least one subject here. It can mean both the subject, all three subjects, or at least one subject, right? So that is fine.
Okay.
But what we are checking here, if student is getting 75 marks at one subject, and this condition is also satisfying because we're interested in yes list here. This will get executed only when this condition becomes true. Now, when this becomes true, when mathematics marks is less than 75, physics marks less than 75 for this particular sequence students. But
Yes, sir.
one subject is 75 marks. Now, which one is remaining here? Chemistry, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. It means what student got more than
More
75
than
marks in
75
chemistry
in chemistry.
and
Those students will be added to this list
yeah, and
sequence.
this for other subjects, physics and chemistry, physics and mathematics, less than 75. Like student got 75 marks in two subjects, mathematics and chemistry. So this will fail the condition, and that will not get added in this particular list here, right? So we can say in chemistry, if student is getting 75 marks and physics and mathematics less than 75 marks, then we are going to add that to the like that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Understood.
So try this type of questions. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
If you remember, we have the paragraph. It was Monday morning. Then it's having a letter count. Then part of speech, right? So assume that rows in one are sorted ascending order of sequence. Word list represent at the end of execution. So L is basically empty list. Flag is true. Word is also empty list here. We have a while loop here. Table 1 has more rows. We are reading the first row. If you remember, we have this as a It was Monday morning. As my first sentence, it was Monday morning. So if flag. Now here it is if flag. What is this? Can anyone tell me here?
But if flag is true,
Flag is true, so if a
So
flag will
flag is true
execute, then flag
already.
is true.
What will happen here? What we are doing here? L is basically a word. Word is basically it. So we are adding it into that particular list. Can you say like this?
Yes, sir.
Updating flag to false. Oh, now we're saying no. The ending here morning, right? So if you look at the common data set, uh, uh, network issue word data set. We have it was Monday morning. Hello,
Yes, sir.
I'm audible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me share it again. Yeah, so you can check the data set. So it was Monday morning. After morning, we have a full stop here, right? So you can see it will get added into the list because it is initially empty. Word is basically it. So we are going to add it here. Flag is update to false. Ending with full stop? No. Go for a next word is was. What will happen to this particular word? Was, yes, anyone?
Nothing, because this flag is false, so it will just cycle through.
Flag is false. So anyway, this is not true. So what about this? Not ending with full stop, nothing. Again for Monday, same thing here. But what about the word morning? What we are doing here for the word morning, ending with full stop. Flag is
Yes,
still
in the
false.
second
Yeah,
if will go through.
be true. So what we are doing here? L equals to L plus X dot word. But what is L? Already we have added it into that. It plus word. So it, then we have a morning,
Morning.
right? What is word list? Equals to L. So word list. So this is empty list. Then we have it plus morning because initially word list is empty. And now we are
L
making
update
L to
empty
empty
again.
list, flag equals to
That
true.
is
We
true.
go for a next word and starting the next sentence. So what do you observe here? Which two words are getting added here?
The first and last word of the sentence.
Yeah, first and last word of the sentence. For the first word, flag will always be true because after ending the sentence, after the full stop, the next word will be get added because will get updated to true here. Now, once we add the first word of the sentence, flag is basically a false. So we cannot add any word into that particular list till we get the last word. So when we have a last word end with full stop, we are going to add that particular word here. So here we are adding the first word of the sentence. Here we are adding the last word of the sentence. And here what we are doing here. Yes, anyone? What about the word list then?
Word
What about
list
the
is
word list?
the list of words in the first and the last for all the sentences. Because L becomes empty at the end of each sentence. So
So
word
word
list
list
will
will
have it
become
with all the sentences.
so the pair of first and last word of each sentence.
L is basically a list here, right? L is basically a it and morning. And we are putting L inside to what?
Yeah, but
L,
after each sentence, it will become empty. So
yeah.
word list will store all those lists For all the
Here we have
sentences.
eat and first morning. Second one is basically second sentence. If you see, Swaminathan was reluctant to open his eyes. This is the second sentence. You can check the words data set. Just a second, it's open or not. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see it was Monday morning. Is this visible? This PDF?
Yes.
Yeah. You can see we have added it, then morning, then Swaminathan will get added, then none of the word because flag is basically false, then eyes will get added. Then it
Correct.
morning, after that Swaminathan, eyes. So this will get like this. Again Swaminathan, then eyes like this. So this is basically what? List of list. Because you can see here, L is basically list and we are merging with the word list here. And we are putting that list inside one more square bracket here. Right?
Correct.
That is what a list of list is. So what this word list will store? If you understand this one, you can tell me which option is correct here. List of ordered pairs of first and last word of each sentence of the word data set. List of
A.
first and last word of each sentence of the word data set.
Option A.
A.
List of ordered pairs
Ordered
of
pair. So
last
first and
and
last.
first. Last and first anyway not correct, so we can eliminate. List of words of first and last sentence of the words
No.
data set. First and
It
last
can.
sentence, no. So we left with A and B. So list of ordered pairs, first and last word of the each sentence in the word data set, right? So you can see it's for first sentence, it's for second sentence, right? So option A is correct here. Option A is correct here. Okay. So I hope you understand how this pseudocode is working. So try to solve this question again, okay? Because once you solve by your own, you will get more doubts, right? So try to solve all the PA, all the GA, all the activity questions. If you understand these five functions and how for loop is working, that is what is required in week 5. That's it, okay? But please do watch the lectures. Why we are using this functions, right? How for loop works and what's the purpose of that? In which scenario we have to use? So all the things are discussed in the lectures by the professor, okay? So please do watch the lectures. Okay, so that's it from my side. If you have any questions from week 5, you can ask now. Okay, great. Thank you then. Bye bye. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.